The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Friday pod.
Yeah, so big weekend for everyone. I did mention on the show today, you'll hear I mentioned World Champagne Day, also World Pasta Day apparently. They've put them on the same day, which is good because champagne goes well with pasta. But I mentioned, if you're listening to this pod post-Friday, it goes all weekend down at Howard Smith Wharves. They've got the Veuve Clicquot Garden. You can go down and check that out. It's like $3 oysters. It's well priced. You can have a couple of champers. Nice little activation there on the grass and everything. Apparently it's really beautiful. I'm heading down there this afternoon.
I can't go actually.
Yeah, it'd be quite good.
I'm on the Sunshine
You got
Coast.
invited, mate.
Yeah.
I went to Veuve Clicquot in Champagne this year on my European tour.
What did
really
you go
good.
to? The factory?
The cellars. So it's I'm trying to think how many kilometres of cellars there is there. So any sparkling wine that comes from Champagne can be called Champagne now. So that's what it means. And it's a city outside Paris. It's about an hour and a half train ride. Right. And the cellars there about 70 kilometres long that all the different the wineries used to put all the wine in. But during the wars, both First World and Second World War, they lived in those cellars to get away from the danger.
Yeah, right.
They had schools down there. They had hospitals down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you say 70 kilometres?
I think it's like 70 kilometres of, crisscrossing tunnels and things. And now that's where they store their wine. And that Veuve Clicquot, the lady, she's who ended up running that company. It wasn't. She married into the company. It was really unusual for a female to be given the chance to run it back in the day when her husband died. But she invented so much stuff with champagne. One of them was called, I think it's riddling. Yeah. So in the olden days...
Riesling?
No, it's to get rid of the sediment in bottles. There used to be a lot of sediment.
A process, like a...
Well, it's actually just a wooden kind of wooden wall on its side, and it's got all holes for the champagne. You just put it at an angle of 45 degrees facing down, all the bottles, and then all the sediment goes to the head of it, and then you just twist it every now and again, and so then
releases the sediment.
The sediment will be all at the top of the bottle, and then they go through a process where they take off the lid really quickly, pull out that sediment, and recork it again, and that makes it clear.
Wow,
and before that champagne was cloudy.
Sediment.
It was cloudy.
Random, similar to that, but with red wine. That's why red wine bottles are the shape that they are, because they're designed for when you pour them, the sediment in old bottles gets caught in the little lippy bit of the neck. You know how there's a thin bit and then it goes bigger?
Yeah.
Yes.
In theory,
the bulb.
The bulb. Yeah, it's supposed to catch that.
Oh, that's interesting as well, isn't it? Why do bottles always have the dome underneath the bottom of the bottle?
That's a good question.
It's not flat.
That's where they hold it.
Oh, I think they
told
me that. Actually, they told me that.
Come on.
I got told once, I don't know if this is true, and it's not why they have it, but the more expensive the bottle, so the cheap bottles don't have it, but the expensive ones do.
Actually, I do remember now.
Is that a factor?
I think it's so that if the bottles explode, they explode at the bottom of them.
Oh, right, okay.
For some reason, that's better.
I know at fancy restaurants, that's how they hold them. They use that as a thumb rest.
Oh, they do, don't they? Anyway, that's a beautiful weather today for the Howard Smith Wharves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice today. I think tomorrow's good. Saturday's good.
I thought it was raining tomorrow.
I think late rain on Saturday. Yeah. But for the purpose of the champagne thing happening at Howard Smith Wharves, perfect day.
Perfect. So try and get down there. If you hear this...
Oh, no. Yeah, tomorrow's what? Sunday, rain in the evening.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So good weekend looking ahead.
Okay,
excellent.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you for listening to our
podcast
for today.
Podcast.
Enjoy Gari, Ash.
Thank you.
And enjoy your weekend, listener. We'll catch you on Monday.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.